Blockheads, are you ready to do some more exploration with me in the bunker? Because we're about to dive into some unknown territory here. So we've got a couple boxes. One is open, the other is not. So we're going to try to figure out today what is going on in here. Looks like we'll see some familiar stuff that we've talked about already, but man, it looks like this is the dumping ground for all of the minifigures for Star Wars displays. So we'll take a closer look at that here in a second. We've got some other stuff that we gotta resolve here before making sense of all this. I'll try to get it a little bit of light. So here we got some hinge pieces. These are the larger ones on the turntables. These are likely salvaged from other sets, so we probably don't want anything to happen to these. So we're gonna put these up with our spare parts pile. I've also got a box with something else here. So that looks like that could be lightsabers, but we'll take a look at that in a sec. So we've got let's see how I do this here. I want to make sure I get you guys enough light. So here's the box, the little blue one. It's got Grievous's staff in there, maybe a couple other things. So looks like these were some other probably bulk purchases from the Lego store. These were probably another idea I had, maybe to put these together for stands. The thing is, it's like, because they're one in depth or in width, they may not be as stable as some of the other ideas we've had, so maybe that's why those weren't put into production in terms of stands. So we got a couple other things here. These are likely other pieces that we wanted for display, so let's take a look here. Looks like probably needed these gray pieces. I was probably using them as the platform to attach the vehicles to. You can see I got like the hinges on there. Then we had some more of these clear pieces, and then I even saw a couple of the blank 1x2s. These were our snowshoes, as I referred to them as, and then more stuff here. So that looks like it was just a holding ground for some of the other display things, but we now have what I refer to, well, actually I haven't referred to it, but I find it to be one of the most useless things ever. This is like your grandfather telling you, like, yeah, when I was a kid, we used to have to play with a couple rocks and a stick. This, to me, is something that was totally unnecessary. This came along long after we learned how to actually pick Lego pieces apart. So, hey, I'm not griping if you use one of these, but to me, it's just kind of a silly item. So, probably got one complimentary at the Lego store one time, but I don't know that I've actually used it. So, this is a big unknown. We do not know what is in this box. So, yet again, another shoebox-esque thing. So this mostly looks like some of our other Star Wars stuff, possibly stickers and display things. I'm guessing this might be our Dooku and our other parts from like Clone Troopers that were not on display. So I don't think there's really going to be all that much exciting in there. We'll go through that later. I think we got some other interesting things to go through today. So here we go. Let's take a look at this box. So we'll take a look at this little one here first. We're probably diving into some stuff for Grievous. You know what? So in case I was blocking the microphone there, which is highly likely, this is probably the Grievous box here. So this is likely his staff, or probably one of the extra lightsabers. And then that's General Grievous's. No, that actually wasn't Grievous. Maybe he used one of these, but this was his guards were using, that double-edged staff. And then there's a couple blasters, maybe. Let's just dump them out. Yeah, these were the smaller blasters. Yeah, so there's two of those. So apparently this was a little container for extra Star Wars parts to not misplace them. I don't know if those would have been part of the Grievous. You know what? Grievous did get shot by a blaster. You know, Obi-Wan Kenobi said it was pretty uncivilized, so maybe those did come from that. So here's the interesting stuff right here. So, speaking of Grievous, looks like we have his spinny walking vehicle. Looks like he's not on it, so maybe he had it parked. But this thing was pretty crazy. Moved pretty smoothly, and it seemed like they did a pretty good design of, simulating the wheel effect and the layers and the legs. Kind of impressive that they pulled that off. Hey, we talked about this guy before. So this is the Imperial AAT. So this is still looking pretty solid. looks like I even did something to elevate it. So we've got, sure enough, we got some clear blocks on the bottom of it, make it look like it's actually hovering like one of these things would do, rather than just resting on the terrain. So we'll probably tinker with that later once we get some more time. I think we're going to run out of room here too. So let's get these spare parts out of the way. Okay. So we have some other base plate kind of deco stuff. So I bet you I wanted to use this to put like maybe, more episode 2 stuff on. So that was just a custom platform. Here is our little spider guys from the spider tank sets. They're a little bit out of sorts here, so probably been drinking a little too much. Here's another piece. This looks like, more contraption to do display. We got our battle droid asleep at the wheel. I don't know if they pronounce it STAP or STAPE, but the STAP, the single trooper aerial platform. And this is where I first got this idea for display stuff, because this was a pretty cool concept to do like one of these kind of not missile launcher, but like, sci-fi kind of turret things with a little dish on the bottom. So it adds the stability. And of course, doesn't put the emphasis on the stand itself as much as the unit. So that's kind of where I got the idea from all the visual stuff. This guy can't even keep his feet on the platform. I'm trying to remember, I don't know if these guys were from the Swamp one. I don't know if I had these from anywhere else. It's probably where I got those sets then and just ditched all the other Gungan stuff. So we got multiples of those. I'll try to get all our familiar stuff out here first. So it's looking like some of these spider guys missing a leg or two. Ah, he's merged with a battle droid. So this will look a little familiar. Now we got actual battle... Oop. Sorry, hands in the way. Battle droid with snowshoes. We're not going to worry about setting all them up. Okay, maybe he does have all his legs. No, he does. Wait a minute. Where is it? No, one of his legs fell off. We'll find it. Yes, Droideka. There's one of the Droidekas. This looks like one of the newer versions. I think this was probably the better of at least a couple that I have. Let's get the familiar stuff out of the way. So there's another single trooper aerial platform. So yeah, 4 of those. That'd be 2 for each of the Geonosian set. Here's another Droideka, probably from the episode 2 thing. Another Droideka. So these are probably in pairs. This thing. This is a giant gun. This looks like this might have... Where did this come from? I was going to say it looked like it came from the top of the spider droids, but it looks like they have both theirs. Maybe it came from the bottom. I guess we'll have to figure out where that came from. There he is, Mr. Forearms himself. Grievous. Got all 4 of the lightsabers on him. He does not have snowshoes on. Maybe he didn't need snowshoes. Check that out. He is so dexterous and agile. He does not need snowshoes. Here we go. Super Battle Droid. Episode 2 Battle Droid with snowshoes. Everybody's classic favorite, R2-D2. Ah, there he is. As seen in every Star Wars movie, not really. This is actually the gamer dude that we found the wrapper for. So that's cool. He's going to go in his own little section here. You know what? He may actually go in the studio for the rec room. All right. There is episode 2 Battle Droid. Actually, you know what? Yeah, better. Is that a newer blaster? No, that's probably the same. Oh, look. Droideka. Oh, we got something different here. Oh, this is Dooku's bike. So, Dooku probably fell off, bumped his head. The reason I say that is because here is a very tall, clear stand. I probably had Dooku's bike on it, something like this. I'm not going to... Nope. It's not going to go well. So I probably had Dooku's thing on here, and because of the weightiness of this thing, it probably was not very stable. So that's why I was kind of joking that Dooku probably fell off the bike. So another platform, likely for episode 2 stuff. Let's get some more, tan beige pieces for episode 2. This guy definitely needed the snowshoes. So this is a clone trooper with one of the longer rifles. And I like the way this looked. These were really cool in the movie, and I like how they extended these. This is also like we saw with one of the swamp troopers. So much seemingly more accurate design with having the extended one. Oh, look, there's our boy who's deceased from episode 2, came with the Republic gunship. There's Trevor Coleman. And then Battle Droid. Clone trooper with long rifle. This guy doesn't have a helmet. Uh-oh. We got an exposed clone trooper here. His helmet's got to be floating around. Ah, found it. Battle droid. Super battle droid. Obi-Wan with snowshoes. Is that episode 3 Obi-Wan? I don't know. We'll figure that out. Actually, that probably would have been the one from Dooku. Yoda with staff. Super battle droid with one snowshoe. Padme with episode 2 battle damage. So that's... I don't know if she came with a gunship. Well, we'd have to revisit that. Speaking of episode 2. Jango with his blasters. Sorry, I didn't give you a very good look at that. Jango deserves more time. Especially since he's dead. We got another droidica, so if we're getting into 5 droidicas, probably busted open 3 of those sets. Yep. Another droidica. Okay, now this has got to be the episode 3 Obi-Wan with the longer hair. Yoda with snowshoes and lightsaber. Dooku in seated position. We should put Dooku in a bend-over position. He's seated all right. Make it look like he fell into the dirt. Another Jango. So Jango, where did we find Jango? With the tank drone? Yeah, so basically, since we have 2 tank drones open, that's where he came from. Clone Trooper. Oh, look. Poggle the Lesser. Who doesn't want Poggle the Lesser, right? Hello, kids. I'm so friendly. Obviously, he doesn't talk like that. And here's my Death Star hologram, which doesn't look like a Death Star at all. He's like probably looking like he wants to hand out some candy, you know. So anyway, no, I'm just making fun. So here is Battle Droids. I think we'll start skipping the excessively redundant stuff. Battle Droids. Random brown piece. This is probably for the back of Dooku's bike. We'll have to reassemble that. This pile is getting massive, can't you tell? So I will probably be reorganizing a lot of this off camera. We're just going through seeing what's in the box. Thankfully, there is bubble wrap in here. So I did either get too lax in taking the bubble wrap out of the box, or I figured, hey, it's not going to hurt because these are precious minifigs and we don't want to get them damaged. Not that they'd really get damaged. Look, there's Mace Windu. Blue lightsaber. Must be Anakin. There he is. Super battle droids. Super battle droid. Oh, speaking of, so apparently I find this interesting that I preserved the column from the Geonosis battle. Now, the only reason I could think of why I kept this is because I probably would have wanted to drop this on Anakin or something, even though that would obviously not be canon. So we kept all the walls for everything else, but there's the column from that set. Kind of ironic. And here's somebody not from episode 2. There's our Darth Maul from the Sith Infiltrator. Or unless he's from the lightsaber duel. Could be either. And we got Lightning Dooku. Kind of clever how they did that. So maybe I did one. Oh, you know what? So I did one on the bike, one with the lightsaber and the lightning. All right, getting into redundant territory here with Super Battle Droid. Regular Battle Droid. Episode 2 Battle Droid. Random black piece for standing things on. So this actually probably goes with a little gamer dude here. So he can have that back. And then I think we got snowshoe pieces. And then, hey, there's our... in the bottom of the box, we found our spider leg. It's not a daddy long leg, of course. And the rest is pretty much all snowshoes, which blend in with the bubble wrap. So I don't think we got much else to go over here. But Yeah, hate to break it to you, that's not a very organized pile of Star Wars figures. So I'm gonna try to find a base piece to set them on. That way we can do something a little more interesting and review them next time. But we made a little progress. We made a hole in the shelf. Found Grievous's vehicle in the AAT, and that's all we got for now. So until next time.